It's the final map. This is the conclusion of the DreamHack Winter 2013 Steel Series Global Offensive Tournament, and we'll see how it goes. Fnatic versus NIP, and Fnatic on the counter-terrorist side is a big deal, but look at NIP. Aggressive push over towards the B-bomb side. Are they going to go? Yes, they will. Here it comes. Flusher. Pronex comes in. Can he catch a shot through the smoke? Not quite yet. And he's getting rushed down. Flarin getting a kill there. And now Flusher's going to be pushed back. NIP just keep going for it. Schneider gets the return kill, but the bomb is down. It's a 4-on-4. And GetRight's looking up from behind if he catches this kill, but he doesn't. Nice hold from JW. That makes all the difference. Now Exist dropping low. Forest is about to die, and they will win the round with a grenade. Lurpus. That looked like Fnatic was going to lose that.
It did, didn't it? For a couple of seconds as NIP entered the site, they got the first kill, and he really looked like Flarin was going to be able to take out Flusha as well. He couldn't connect that shot, and then all of a sudden the Fnatic troops just roll in, take everybody out. JW correctly knows GetRight is going to be on that flank, patiently waits as his teammates are battling on the inner bomb site, takes him out, and Fnatic have the early lead and the all-important pistol round.
I mean, is that game intuition by JW, or have they looked at NIP before on this map?
They certainly have looked into NIP before in this map. I asked them about the COL match. Had they specifically prepared something for COL? Had they watched demos? And they said yes. So there is no way they didn't do the same. Yeah. For the most important match of their careers.
So understanding your opponent becomes all of a sudden very important. And JW, well, he probably, I mean, if not single-handedly, did a great job, because if GetRight gets that kill, all of a sudden they have to try and retake the bomb site while covering from behind, and that is not a comfortable situation to be in. Because
look at this, by the way. JW pushed into T middle, and now they know NIP are going inner, but it doesn't look like it's enough. They're still not going to be able to stop that bomb from getting planted.
Oh, and that's a big deal. NIP, they got the bomb plant in the first round, didn't they?
Yeah.
And then they got the bomb plant in the second round here, so they're going to have a lot of money for the third round, and it will obviously make the buy. Freiburg here trying to stay alive for a little bit. 1-on-4 though with 7 HP. If he could get a kill, it'd still be good.
And he is able to get that kill.
Wow. Before he goes down, so obviously the bomb's still going to explode at some point here, but the 2 kills and the bomb plant, Fnatic right now, this is going to dig deep into their economy.
Yeah, that was a tough round for Fnatic. They probably shouldn't have lost 2 players. That might stop JW from getting an off for this first round, and due to the fact NIP were able to plant the bomb on both of those 2 save rounds, both of those first rounds, the pistol round and the save round, they actually have a ton of money. Flarin has an op right now. Granted, no body armor, but he's been very successful getting those picks early on from T middle, so we'll see if he's going to go for one of them once again.
Well, now Flarin has picked up an AWP. We're in the third round straight away, and Fnatic, they need to hold this one, otherwise they're going to be back to ecoing. Flarin missing a shot, and they're going to rush him down. Nice read on Schneider there, and that's going to put a big dent in NIP's plans here. All of a sudden, they lose the AWPer, who was meant to pick somebody off in the middle. They're 1 man down. That was a really good read.
That was, and that looked like something they have prepared specifically for NIP.
Yeah.
They know Flarin likes to go out there in the middle and try to look for that early pick. They jumped across, made sure he can't hit that shot, and just rushed in, took out Flarin, who was just at as far too close of a distance for that up.
Yeah, and because it's the Valve version of the map here, you can't look under the train. So Flarin had very little indication that they were actually as close as they were. He did spot them, and that's why he tried to take the shot. But maybe if he had been able to, he could actually have seen them coming a lot further away.
Yeah.
That's how it rolls, though. Now we're in the third map, or in the third round here. And Fnatic, they have the lead. But NIP, they want to go for the B push once again. 35 seconds on the clock. Pronex is up close, but there are 3 people here. Fnatic are reading NIP so well at the moment. This is going to be a tough bomb plant for the Ninjas, and one is going to go down. There's Pronex with the kill. Flusher comes in, tries to see if he can find the angle, but Pronex is up close, takes down the bomb carrier, and now it's GetRight and Freiburg left, and good kills come in from either one of them. They catch Devilwalk reloading, but it's not going to work. He's still got the kill.
And a good rotation, first of all, from Fnatic. They over-rotated. They placed 3 people on that inner bomb site. That's not what you normally do. So that's a good call by Fnatic. And I just think they actually have a pretty good understanding of how NIP are playing. They seem to really favor attacking the inner bomb site in their match against LGB Esports.
Yeah, it's looking good early here for the Well, for Fnatic, fourth round is coming up. I'm trying to look at the scoreboard. How much money have they got at the moment? Fnatic don't have that much. NIP continuously have an opening here to force an eco, but they're ecoing themselves right now. So it's going to be hard this round. And I mean, that's really how you break a counter-terrorist team on a map like Train. You need them to eco at least once during this half, I think. Otherwise, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, and right now Fnatic are playing very aggressively in the inner bomb site. They want to stop NIP from getting another bomb plant and potentially... Ooh, Flash almost nades himself, just 4 health points left. They really want to stop NIP from getting another bomb plant and taking weapons out of Fnatic's hands, because that first save round was very costly for them.
Well, that it definitely was. JW there is going to take down Flaren, and now it exists in a 1-on-5 situation. And this is important for Fnatic. This is actually, I mean, these are the basics of Counter-Strike right now. But if Fnatic start throwing away rifles in these anti-eco rounds, well, that plays right into what NIP have planned for them. Instead, they all survive. And it's simple, it's really basic, but it's also completely critical.
That it is, and we're going to see the second weapon round of this third map of the DreamHack winner in 2013 SteelSeries CSGO Championship Grand Final here.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this goes down. It's all AKs, so they're done trying with the AWP here. Maybe they couldn't afford it, maybe they just thought it wasn't worth it. And now we're running into the 5th round. NIP, are they going to go for an A push? They haven't tried that yet, so maybe they feel like it's time. And actually, if they do, I feel like Fnatic might be able to read this perfectly. Schneider here, going to get flashed and grenaded on. Are they going to come for it? There are 2 people hiding here, JW and Schneider. If NIP come down the ladder here, down by Pop Dog, that's going to be very difficult.
That's a very good stack there. And, I mean, like we talked about, it looks like Fnatic have a pretty good idea of how NIP like to play. They seem well prepared for them. All these setups just seem to be working out. We'll see where NIP winds up attacking this round.
Pronak's been sitting up in the light of his computer screen at late hours of the night, watching NIP demos and preparing for this day, for this map, for this very moment. And while it's been working out for 4 rounds in a row, maybe it'll continue to do that. NIP, though, Lopez, what are they up to? They got the bomb down by Ivy.
It looks like they are going to be attacking Ivy here. We see Get Right in the T middle. Freiberg taking over the brown hole area by inner bomb site, and the rest of the NIP are setting up to attack Ivy. Yeah, and it's going to be Devilwalk to try and contend with it. Now, I've seen Devilwalk defend this spot very well in the past. He's going to fall back, grenade out. NIP aren't going quite yet. There's only 30 seconds on the clock. Now is the time to make a move. And they have Fnatic faked a little bit here. Schneider, though, gets a kill on Freiberg. Devilwalk takes down the bomb, and now he's still alive. Falls back. He gets back up from Flusher, and the push is done. I mean, when you push this late and lose this many round people early, there's really no opening. There really isn't. And that was, by the way, very nice rotation by Devilwalk to fall back behind that corner and allow whoever that was to peek him and then get shot from the side by Flusha. So good play by him. NIP completely shut down, like you said.
Yeah, very good stuff. And looks like we might have a little bit of a technical issue on the server. We'll see how it plans out. Currently, though, the score is 5-0, and the 6th round is moving up. So let's just see how this progresses. I think, are they paused yet? No, they are still continuing. Well, we got the situation we were talking about, their first kill in, and instead of challenging, he falls back.
Yes, and as we see from where the bullets are coming from, Flusha was actually by the CT spawn ramp. So when that terrorist there, instantly he was obviously running after Devilwalk. So he's going to be looking to his right, pre-aiming through the wall to be able to shoot him as soon as he turns the corner. But obviously, Flusha just all the way to his left. Easy kill for the guy, and just good team play by Fnatic. It's still, those little things really actually do make a difference.
That they do, and well, the game is paused for a second as they figure out whatever it is that's bothering them. These pauses in a game like this, I mean, hopefully it won't be a long pause. Hopefully it'll just be a few seconds. But if it turns into a long pause, could that give NIP some sort of momentum back? I mean, Fnatic obviously have the upper hand right now. They have a lot of money on their side, and NIP continuously struggle to buy anything. But NIP, are they going to be getting a breathing room here to maybe think the situation through?
Yeah, I mean, they're basically getting a free timeout, so that's good for them. Obviously, you wish none of these issues ever rise in big tournaments. It's not fair for anybody, but hopefully they'll work through it fast, and we can just continue the game.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Not sure what the issue is, but in the meantime, though, I mean, we've seen different pushes coming out from NIP. They've tried for the B bomb site mostly. This time they tried for the A bomb site, and I'm curious about the type of push that they were going for here. Looked like they were going basically 1 person down Pop Dog, and then 4 people on Ivy. That's a little bit unorthodox. A lot of the time we see more like a 2-2-1 split push, where you have maybe 2 people Ivy, 2 people in the main entrance to the courtyard, and then 1 person Pop Dog.
It looked like Get Right actually fell back to T middle.
Oh, he did?
From there. But I mean, still, he wasn't really able to get out in time. I think that double ladder room setup that saw Exist is completely devoured by Schneider and JW. That was actually pretty big, because even just that 1 kill The thing is on train, because there's so many openings for the terrorists to attack from. If you lose one player, that's sort of going to collapse your defense, because all of a sudden there's a spot where the terrorists can get out from, and you don't have enough players to defend all of it. So once that one person dies, this guy here has to start looking here. That's going to open this spot. And it's just a really big hassle if the team isn't very experienced and doesn't have very good communication, where all of a sudden the terrorists have a bunch of openings that allow them to get kills.
Yeah, well, Fnatic have been doing a very good job so far, and it's on NIP to find out what that opening is. I mean, how many ways could you read? I mean, this is the thing about train, and it's kind of a shame we don't see the map more, because it is a massively diverse, I mean, it's really a diverse map. You can go for so many different strategies. I haven't seen NIP, for instance, I mean, it looked like GetRight was setting up to throw some smokes over the wall into the A courtyard, but NIP haven't been, you know, too aggressive in trying to flash and smoke in there. Sometimes we do see terrorist teams actually making it out into the courtyard and putting down the bomb without losing a single player, just by cleverly smoking it up.
Yeah, I mean, NIP isn't the most strategic team in the sense that they don't have a lot of those strats where they have a bunch of smokes and flashes preset that they can just run. So even in the previous match against LGB Esports, where they got 6 rounds on the terrorist side, they actually, a lot of it was them relying on attacking the inner bomb site and being able to get picks there and then defend the bomb site once you get the bomb down. It's very easy to get the bomb down, but as we already saw in the pistol round, it's not that easy to hold the site once you get the bomb planted. So that's what Fnatic was, NIP was relying on their earlier train match. But as we've seen, Fnatic likely have studied them. NIP also probably knows that. So that's a mind game there. They don't want to do what they know Fnatic expects them to do, and that's sort of going to put them out of their comfort zone a little bit.
Now, a little bit of a suggestive question here. If you're in IP right now, you've lost 5 rounds in a row, and JW hasn't even picked up an AWP. How worried would you be? Because that's what we were talking about. That was the real strength of Fnatic right now, and they're doing without it.
Yeah, you should be worried. I mean, yeah. JW will get his up once he dies, I would assume.
That seems very likely at this point. That's an easy, tiny switch up. There's no auto sniper yet either. Fnatic are basically doing this with minimal requirements right now, and that is pretty impressive all on its own. NIP need an opening pick somewhere. They've tried in different ways to do it. Down on Ivy, they've tried with the AWP in the middle from Flaren. I guess they still have a lot of different ways where they could try and do it. But 5-0 right now, if they continue like this, they also get demoralized. And we're also talking the third map. I mean, they've played a long tournament, NIP, to get to this spot. So, you know, how many rounds here before Fnatic really just roll out of control?
I mean, it's never really out of control on such a CT-sided map. That's the thing. We could easily, not easily, but we could see Fnatic going up, say 12-0, and then NIP wins 3 rounds. They win the CT pistol round. You know what I'm going with, where I'm going with this. I mean, you're just never out on a map that is fairly one-sided.
I mean, we've still got some issues obviously coming up here, so that's why we're just talking about random things in the meantime. Got to fill the time with something. You could see the players down there not really quite ready. So I'm looking at NIP, and they are talking a little bit. You know, they're talking a little bit back and forth, but they're not having like a team huddle. Obviously, they can't do that. But you know, the communication that they're having, it doesn't seem like it's that much. And actually, at an event that I was at as well, at the raid called EMS1 Cup, NIP lost very games there, and it felt like when they were losing, NIP just kind of shut down. They weren't talking too much. They weren't communicating too much. That seems like a really unhealthy sign for a team.
Yeah, I mean, NIP are somewhat of a quiet team, in my opinion. They don't have a lot of vocal people on the squad, and that's actually something that Heen can help with. Even though he's not the strategic mastermind that Karn is, and he can provide that same knowledge that Karn does strategically, he's a good motivator. And I actually think that might be more fitting for NIP in a sense, because that is what they need as when they are a quiet team and when they start losing. They've said that previously. They actually like having him behind them, just rallying them.
Yeah, so maybe a little bit of boost of momentum, maybe giving them that winning spirit back. It could be that that's what they need right now because, yeah, being down 5-0 is not that good, but it could turn around really quickly. The round that we're sort of waiting to come up here, it doesn't seem like they quite have the money to make a full buy, so they might be in for another eco because this is the weird thing. A lot of train, it's even as a terrorist, when you put the bomb down on train, unless you clear the whole bomb site, you could really quickly lose right after having put the bomb down. But NIP haven't even been in that position yet. They get killed before they actually even get into a bomb site. So there's really a long way to go here.
Yeah, the difference between the old train of Counter-Strike 1.6 that a lot of people are familiar with, in that version, once you get the bomb down, you were very likely to win the round because there were so many good places to hide. in Counter-Strike Global Offensive, you can get the bomb planted very easily, but there aren't many places to hide because you can't go under trains.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just too early to say what's going to work, what cannot work. But we're gonna get right back into the game here, and we're going to see what NIP, choose to try next.
Well, I mean, it's now the second, well, I think it's just the third weapon round then. They do actually have the money to buy here, so we'll see how it goes for NIP. Can they get the opening frag? Technical issues have been solved, so we're right back into it. Ladies and gentlemen, the grand finals should resume in just a few seconds here. Well, are they still paused? No, they tricked us out. They did say good luck, have fun, so you'd think it'd be ready. Freeze time has been cancelled, so there we are. Fnatic, 5-0 if you're just joining us, then welcome to the stream. Now is a pretty good time to tune in because it's the final map. And right, I mean, NIP, they're defending champions. If they lose this map, that would be a big upset, and Fnatic will be celebrating all throughout the night.
That they will.
Okay, so here we see, these are the smokes that I was talking about earlier that NIP haven't gone for. You see them actually with the tracers out there raining down into the bomb site. Exist, he's already taken out Popdog. He's waiting, he catches one person headshot on Devilwalk. Or JW, that's a big kill. Devilwalk takes down one though. It becomes a 1-for-1 trade. They keep pushing. Freiburg shots him down, and now they just die left and right. Pronax and Schneider are left, and Schneider comes around. Very good movement. He jumps, he goes down to Forest. It's going to be Pronax in a 1-on-3. Right after the pause, they come back for this NIP, and this is what we were hinting at a little bit in the pause time. Having a pause like this could really give a team some breathing room and maybe kind of a timeout, as you said.
Yeah, it seems like it did. I mean, most tournaments don't allow timeouts. Some tournaments used to back in the days, and it really does help you. What teams do instead often is they stay in their spawn on their save rounds. Because most counter-terrorists don't want to just go chase them in a big match because there's always a chance they could have a stack there and get some kills. So that's sort of an artificial timeout for teams. Now, obviously, we had some technical issues, so NIP sort of got a real timeout over there.
And that could make a difference. I mean, a timeout in a game like this could be an interesting thing if it really makes a big difference. Obviously, schedule-wise, it could be a bit of a problem, but we do see very games sometimes on eco rounds just standing completely still in the spawn and talking it out. And it's worked for them. I mean, at EMS they did it. At ESWC I think they did it too, and they really end up beating NIP doing that. Freiburg now pushing in. Oh, great trade coming in here from Fnatic. They get all 4 kills, so now it's going to be Get Right alone. Well, in a 1-on-3 situation. And these are the situations where Get Right really is an important player because he can get these kills in. He goes around. He gets the second one. It's back to a 1-on-1. One headshot on Flusher here, and that would be one of the coolest plays of the tournament so far. 55 seconds on the clock. He tries for it. He just needs one tap, but if he gets even a bullet on his fingers here, he's going to go down. He's on life support at the moment. The Flusher must know it. They know how much damage they've done to Get Right already here. 45 seconds. Get Right buying out a lot of time. This is mind games on a high level right now, Lopez.
Yes, and like you said, this is where Get Right is at his best. He's the world's best closer. He's very good closing out these rounds. He's already taken it down from a 1 versus 3 into a 1 versus 1. Now, granted, there's only 30 seconds left on a clock. The bomb's down halfway across the map, so it's going to be very tough for Get Right. But if anyone's going to be able to do this, win this round, it's him.
I mean, it turned from a 1-on-3 into a 1-on-2 into a 1-on-1. Now he's got 15 seconds to either find Flusher or the bomb. And right now, he's going to have to just make a run for the bomb here. Oh, Flusher makes a perfect call here. He hides. He doesn't get the kill just yet. It's 5 seconds. 4. He hides behind the barrel, and you can't shoot through that. But Flusher is going to try and get it, and he will. Get Right. I mean, a few seconds more, maybe that could have worked out for him, but a tough situation.
I mean, it's a very good effort just to bring a 1 versus 3 down to a 1v1 and get the bomb planted. That's going to help not only NIP's own money situation as they get the extra $800, all of them, and Get Right gets a little extra for those kills and the bomb plant, but also hurt Fnatic's money situation because they once again lose 2 weapons, and we always talk about how expensive it is to buy all your weapon and equipment as a counter-terrorist.
Yeah, it really is. Fnatic now, the money situation a little bit lower than it was earlier. We're in the 8th round. Score is 6-1. NIP, they found the 1 round. They almost got this round off of the back of Get Right's clutching abilities, but it wasn't quite enough. And NIP, they go for the buy this round. And even though it involved Galils, they still want to do it. JW picks up the kill on Freiburg, who is trying to take a peek over by the B bomb site. But buying Galils and stuff like this must be a sign that NIP sort of really want to limit the economy in Fnatic right now.
Yeah, I mean, We already saw that in the previous maps too, or rather Dust 2, since NIP were never really trailing on Inferno. They really like to buy quite a lot. They know they have so much skill that they can sometimes get by just by the individual skill, even if their equipment isn't good enough to really do that. So it's a good call, and a lot of the time it works out. Not sure about this one, as they're already down a man.
They are down a man here, and they've got only 45 seconds. NIP are playing very slow rounds here on Train, and it's already sort of, you know, stopped them once where they just couldn't get, as soon as they lost a few people, the round was pretty much done. Now they're going to smoke off down here on the sidewalk, and Pronax is the one defending. He flashes out early, he's got Flusher with him as well, and the rotation is close by. They got another man in the connector, so essentially 3 people here at the B-bomb side already. But if they take Pronax down, they try and just guess through. This is crazy. Pronax gets the kill on Get Right, and the bomb is dropped. So now Fnatic know they fall back up. It's going to come in. Good shot from Flaring, but it might be too late. It's going to be Exist, and Flaring now just Exist with a great double kill. Can he go for even more? 10 seconds on the clock, and he will go down to Devil Walk. I mean, Fnatic, they have good rotations, and they have good holes, so there's time to make that rotation.
And most importantly, they're hitting practically all of their shots. I mean, that really is what I think is the difference so far in this game.
Yeah.
Not only so much you can do if your opponent's killing you every time they see you.
7-1 as a scoreline. Nothing is really said and done. I mean, this could go either way. If NIP get a few good rounds in here, where they maybe force Fnatic onto less than what they have now, it could come back for it. But the problem is, when they win a 1 round like that and then continue losing, they end up in an awful situation where they sort of break the consecutive round loss bonus, and then they go back to pistols. So that's what we're looking at right now. Eco round coming out. The score is 7-1, and the 9th round is up.
That is indeed the case. And like you said, it's not over at all. It looks very dominant. It's 7-1, and granted, the round wins have been fairly dominant. NIP haven't come that close to winning. Even that 1v1, Geralt had very little time and little health. But it's the Train, you're expected to win as a counter-terrorist, and we can't forget that.
True enough. Schneider here picks up a kill. JW this round, even though it doesn't make that much of a difference, but he did actually sneak all the way up behind. And he's going to come in by the pop dog here to maybe get up some kills. Yeah, he gets 1. And well, now Forrest is alone in a 1-on-3. But actually, JW did manage to sneak in through the team main entrance there and walk all the way up into the hallways. So that's really, really good. I mean, that's some individual sort of decision-making there, just going for it and pushing through.
He already actually did that earlier on an NIP save round, so I think he just knows that NIP is not sitting there on save rounds. They like to go through white walls, so that's a bit of an adjustment by him.
That's going to bring them that 8th round. I keep looking over at Fnatic to see if they're going to pick up that AWP, but they just don't, and I'm very surprised by that fact. Looked like there was another player disconnecting there, so might have some more technical issues en route. Not really the most fortunate timing. Last time it happened, NIP came back and won a round. Maybe the same thing could happen again. We are resuming here, I see, so not that much of a timeout.
No, not much of a timeout at all.
What's the plan, Lopez? What do you do? They've picked up an AWP. How do they get the opening kill? How do they break this map open for themselves?
Fake outside and go to inner.
Fake outside, go to inner. That's the call. We'll see if NIP agree. JW is going to push up aggressively. 2 people down on Ivy rushing in, and they will catch at least 1 person. They need to back up. Freiburg gets the kill on Flusher, and that's a nice opening. Schneider here battling it out, but they do take some damage. So maybe instead of NIP actually making the opening, Fnatic may have just given them one by pushing so aggressively. What's going to happen here? We've got 1 minute and 10 seconds left. JW still kind of trapped down here, fighting it out with Get Right, but who's going to come out? Get Right. He's going to end up falling back, but I'm not sure about this one. 4-on-5 situation. Are they going to sneak up through the smoke over in that bomb site? Yeah, they will. Pronax is also pushing up. Forrest is going to push out here at the pop dog, and they're going to go for the A bomb site. Now they all come. The flank might not be far away. Forrest goes down, and JW picks up a double kill. Very nice play. 1 on to Exist as well, and now 4-on-3 situation. JW gets picked off by Get Right. The bomb still has not been planted. 35 seconds on the clock. Devil Walk spraying it out. He gets 1, but he gets traded. Freiburg gets the kill. 2-on-2 situation. Maybe one of the closest rounds NIP have had so far in this half. Pronax doesn't go down. Flaring trying for that AWP shot, but he doesn't get it. They need to find Schneider before they can even think about putting down the bomb. And instead, Schneider is going to find them. 1-on-2 situation. If you're flying with no HP, no time, and no luck at all, it looks like Fnatic, even though it was close, will be able to win this round, because how could Fnatic find the 2 kills with 5 seconds?
You just can't. This is an unwinnable round, if there ever was one.
Yeah, unfortunately, and he dies as well after the time ran out.
And that's going to hurt him money-wise. He's going to have $0 this next round, while the rest of his team have about 3.5, 4,000.
Do you think Fnatic planned that? Do you think they intentionally waited by challenging him until they knew the time had run out?
I think so, and you should do that. It's a very, very smart thing to do.
That is really something. I mean, Fnatic showing that they have really just a surplus of energy here. They're playing at a high level and making some very good calls. 9-1. The 11th round is coming up. NIP still far behind, and we see Flair here with just the pistols, because he did die after the time ran out. 1-for-1 trade early on. Flushes picks up a kill. They keep going. Now the bomb is down the bomb side, so they have to commit to it. 4-on-3 situation. No plant happening yet, and Schneider picks up a great double kill onto Get Right and Forest. Now it's all on Flair, who has picked up an AK from one of his fallen teammates, but again, looking at basically an unwinnable situation here.
Yep, and Flair actually is one of the better clutchers in NIP statistically, but he's just given nothing to work with here. He has only 30 health left. The bomb is stuck in a very good spot for the counter-terrorist, and he's up against 3 red-hot Fnatic players. Ooh, that's a nice headshot by Flair. 3 red-hot Fnatic players who have close to 100 health.
I mean, he's got 40 seconds to work with. That is something, and he keeps kind of walking back and forth, weighing his options. And obviously with shots like that, if you can land those shots consistently, then you have nothing to worry about at all. But he's kind of waiting. I think he's hoping that they'll come and push him eventually, but why should they? They got the bomb. Oh, are they going to peek him once again? Why, Fnatic? They shouldn't peek him. Just wait. Let him come instead. They're going to try, and now they fall back. 20 seconds on the clock. It's on Flair to make a move. If he doesn't, time will just run out again. Here they come. He, well, tries to jump down, but Schneider was there to pick it up. So there, the round finally closes out. Looked like Fnatic was a little bit worried at one point, but they bring it home. 10-1 now.
Yeah, it actually seemed like Flair waited, hoping that the Fnatic players would push and he would give a free kill essentially, but he waited for a while and he just didn't have enough time anymore to clutch that round. He just had to run in that 1 versus 2 situation.
Now here we go. More rifle sport here in NIP. They're just going to keep buying from here on out, it seems like. They're done with ecoing. Can they win it? Schneider goes down, assists with the kill. JW gets one and keeps spraying. But now the push comes into the A bomb side. NIP are ready to rush. Devilwalk goes down. Great double opening here. And JW can't... Oh, he does find the kill on Get Right. That should have been JW going down, and Pronax now picks up one. Forest is putting down the bomb in the smoke, but 2-on-3 situation. And the question is, this is what we were talking about. Holding the bomb site as a terrorist is not all that easy. Flair in a pretty good position. If he could get a kill, that'd be huge. But Forest goes down. Flair in a 1-on-3, and he only gets the 1 kill. Another round for Fnatic. I mean, it was looking good for just only a few seconds in that round for NIP, and then it was done.
And like I said, there's just not a lot of places to hide for the terrorists. 11-1 stands the score. It's still not over. You can still get these last rounds if you're NIP. 4 rounds can very well be enough on train, but it's just looking dim. Fnatic are looking super good.
They really definitely are. And you see Khan in the background there, yes, with his laptop just pointing and congratulating his team. He really is leading this team at the moment. 11-1 the scoreline. 13th round is coming up. It is now or never for NIP. They need to make this 11-4 and really sort of build up their confidence, then win the pistol round of the second half. They have a mountain of work ahead of them right now, and they need to fight against Fnatic here. Bomb goes down, and this is actually what we talked about as well. You can put down the bomb without losing any players, but can you keep the bomb site? That is a different question. Fnatic now, 5-man retake is what is on the menu, and actually they make a good call here, meeting JW, but he gets the first kill, and now is he going to go down? He runs out with the knife. They should be able to get this kill, but oh, just only barely. Schneider picks up 1. The bomb is ticking away. It's 3-on-3 situation. This could be a grand opening for NIP. If they take this round, it could make all the difference in the world. Schneider comes in, doesn't quite get the kill there, but Get Right is alone. 1-on-2. He gets the 1. The bomb is being defused. 2-1, and Get Right does it. He gets all 4 of them, and that's 11-2, and that just might be the beginning And there we see a different style of leadership. You see how, you know, Heaton's on his feet in the background, clapping and cheering them on.
And once again, Get Right coming through in the clutch. A 1 versus 3 situation. Granted, it wasn't the hardest one of his career, but still, very good round by Get Right. And we've seen this happen before. We see teams trailing for an entire half, getting one big performance by their players, and it all turns around.
Yeah, now Flusher being caught off guard. This is a big problem. Flusher needs backup. He's going to try and flash his way out of this situation, but he's being overrun. He gets the first kill, but then he goes down. 1-for-1 trade, and now NIP have a decision to make. Do they want to stay put, or do they want to push up? They got the bomb down. Devilwalk takes one, Pronex with alone. NIP are staying back at the bomb side, and that's so dangerous to do. Exist gets a kill on Devilwalk, and another, oh, well, that's JW with the kill. Now it's on Exist in a 1-on-3, and this is almost impossible. He will go down. Another round from Fnatic. Lurpus, once you put down the bomb there, if you just stay put, I mean, how often does that really work out?
It doesn't. I mean, most of the time. If you can out-aim the other team, but the problem is they can really clear that inner bomb site very effectively, just one at a time, in a way where you don't really get the shots you want to take. 12-2 is the score in favor of Fnatic, and NIP are very broke.
Yeah, they absolutely are. We're looking at the final round of the first half. Fnatic with a dominating performance here. 12-2 is the scoreline. They are looking not overly excited, but again, we were talking about this, the focus on the game. That's where their minds are right now. So being given a little bit of a break for this, looks like they are actually communicating a little bit, but nothing, nothing extraordinary here. And they don't really need to change much, Fnatic. I mean, what they're doing is working.
You don't change things when you're up 12-2. And just to give some information to the people watching at home, JW said that Fnatic are changing their TeamSpeak server. They're having some issues with it.
Oh, okay.
So it's not a big issue at all. Should not take very long at all to resolve, and we should be back in the game momentarily.
But there we see the people in the Dream Arena also, packed. I remember at DreamHack Summer, there weren't that many people watching Counter-Strike, so things really are changing for this game, and
for the better.
For the better, definitely. And also, with the level of play we're seeing here from either team, really, kind of shows you why Counter-Strike is an interesting esport, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the level of play has increased significantly. And it makes sense because Counter-Strike is still a new game.
So, just got the news. We've got 143,000 viewers watching. I mean, that is mind-blowing. Community's really stepped it up for this one. It's a community-funded event. Valve have been here. I was talking to some of the Valve guys earlier, and they were actually really proud of the community. You could kind of tell, and they didn't feel, they just felt like, well, we took the money from the community and then we gave them this event, and we were interested to see how much they'd sort of, show up for it, how much they'd give back, and I think this has gone beyond all expectations. So well played, guys. We're still waiting for them to change that server, and as soon as they have, we're always going to come back with the final round of the half here. But really, no matter what the outcome is of this round, obviously it'd be great if it's for NIP, but even if they win this round, it will still all be for the pistol round. And this is actually the situation that Fnatic has been in already twice in the first two maps.
Yeah, and even though 143,000 is already mind-blowing, I'm a little greedy, and it'd be really nice if we get to 150 grand.
Oh,
so
just for the round
sounds
number there.
It just rolls off the tongue really nicely.
Yeah.
So everybody watching should probably get their friends to watch too. It's a very good Counter-Strike match.
That's easy. Just a few more people. Talk to your friends. Say, why don't you tune in? Maybe your parents instead. If you're out of friends, if you already invited all of them, definitely a good time to do that. You're right. That would make a lot more sense. And the work that's being put in here by the community is obviously going to pay off. Next event. Be surprised if we couldn't find more sponsorship for a big Counter-Strike event like this. Currently at the top of Twitch as well, with 113,000 people watching Counter-Strike is what I'm seeing here. League of Legends at less than 80,000. So that doesn't happen every day either. Not that we have to talk about the viewing numbers all evening, because there's going to be plenty of time for that later, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But it is really impressive. It really is. Now, the second half pistol round, I keep asking you about this, and you keep telling me that it's whatever they're most comfortable with when it comes to winning a pistol round, and that does make a lot of sense. You obviously don't want to reinvent anything and try something crazy. Do you have a read on what type of pistol round NIP like to work on the counter-terrorist side?
The thing is, the counter-terrorist side pistol round on Train is actually fairly simple. You don't want to take too many risks because you're already favored to win it by default. So I don't think we're going to be seeing anything too crazy by NIP. I mean, they probably have a couple of different setups they like work with. They don't want to be in the same positions all the time because that would end up with them getting countered. So, you know, they're going to do something fairly basic, I would expect. Why take the risk?
It's true enough. I mean, something we do sometimes see on a pistol round, and actually not just pistol rounds, but a lot of different rounds on the counter-terror side of Train, is putting 4 people outside early on. Because it's so easy to rotate back to B, so you put 4 people A, 1 person B. If there's no rush to the A bomb site, you just fall back. So I'm wondering if NIP is going to try and play it super safe like that and really make sure that Fnatic don't just win the pistol round by doing a completely crazy rush into the A bomb site. Like that's kind of being double safe out there.
It's very possible they might do that, and Fnatic actually has ran some pretty quick rushes early on in this tournament.
Well, the comeback on Train, even if it finishes 13-2, it's possible for NIP to bring it back, assuming they win the pistol round. But, I mean, they're the defending champions. They have a long history. I mean, all tournament here, we've got, obviously, the main desk with Thorin and Scoots and BSL helping us out with knowing the history. How much does that come into it for players like NIP right now, having Get Right, having Exist, having Forest, who really have that experience of making these kind of comebacks, maybe especially on Train?
Well, it helps having the seasoned veterans who have done it before. They can calm the rest of the team down and keep telling them, guys, this is really doable. This is not out of our hands. And Heenan is also one of those people who has done that before. So that always helps, and that's something that these Fnatic guys didn't have it within them at DreamHack Summer when they were playing for Epsilon. They didn't know how to come back like they did on Dust 2.
They've proven it now, and if NIP makes this comeback, obviously it'll still be very impressive. And if Fnatic end up winning the game, then you know, we may have to revise our rankings just a little bit. I mean, it's interesting because coming into this tournament, I think the big sort of rivalry that everyone was looking for was the one between NIP and Very Games, because that had been going on for a while. And it had actually slipped out of my mind that there was sort of, that this is actually the replay of the DreamHack Summer Finals, that there's also a rivalry going on, a Swedish rivalry going on between Fnatic and NIP. Which do you think is the more interesting one currently? I mean, obviously we got the grand finals here, but overall.
Well, I mean, Very Games is still at least one of the top 2 teams in the world, so to me that is more fascinating as of right now. So far, this Fnatic NIP rivalry has been very one-sided. I mean, NIP have, aside from that one group stage game at DreamHack Bucharest, NIP have always come out on top, and I don't really feel like it's a true rivalry until both teams get wins.
All right, so a one-sided rivalry. Yeah, maybe that's fair enough. I was asked a question earlier. I was being interviewed by one of the German esports sites, and they asked me a pretty good question. They said, it's just a simple question, really. Who do you think has been sort of the biggest surprise so far? And who do you think has been the biggest sort of, well, what's the opposite of a surprise? The biggest letdown? We'll get back to that because actually the game is live, so we'll have to answer that later. It's going to be the final round of the first half, the 15th one, and the game is live again. The grand final and the final map of the grand final. $100,000 on the line here for first place, and Fnatic are hot en route to take it. Good grenade and good headshot from Devilwalk as well. NIP, I mean, they bought whatever they could this round, but it obviously was not enough. So as soon as the resume is in Lopez, NIP get destroyed.
Devoured. 13-2 will be your first half score in favor of the black and orange side of Fnatic. 13-2. You did not expect this, did you, Anders?
I really didn't know. I must say, I thought there was a good chance that Fnatic could actually win, but I didn't expect him to take 13-2 on Train. I mean, you said this earlier as well. NIP used to be so incredibly strong on Train, and they probably still are, but Fnatic have put in the work. I mean, they understand. You saw this especially early in this first half. They were reading so well what NIP were doing with almost no information, like they had just sort of, you know, planned out, like they actually had been watching demo, which you said, there's a good chance they did. And that has obviously paid off. So, yeah, Fnatic catching me by surprise. I was expecting at least 5 or 6 rounds from NIP on the terror side here. Yeah,
just very, very strong play by Fnatic. Obviously, they had a good idea of what NIP like to do. We saw a couple of those interesting setups like JW and Schneider doubling up in the ladder room. Little things like that just help them get this massive lead.
Yeah.
And that massive lead might just lead to a $100,000 prize.
That is not half bad for just a couple of days' work, but I got a sneaky suspicion there's a little bit more effort than just these 2 days put into it.
Yeah, it's a little more than a couple days. I mean, these guys have been working at their craft for years.
Yeah.
And it's finally culminating, at least for now, in this grand final right here on the biggest stage there is.
Not at all bad indeed. And, well, we're just waiting for the game to go live. It's not quite there yet, but the pistol round is going to settle everything here. And, I mean, what a letdown it would be for NIP if they just lose this pistol round. That would make it seem like this has been... I mean, kind of the same thing as what happened on Inferno, where it looked... Oh, sorry, on Inferno, where it looked like NIP just made it really one-sided. The same thing could happen here, and it could look like a very weird grand finals where we have a really close match on the first one, and then the two next maps just go, you know, one-sided either way. But that isn't really true, I guess.
Yeah, no question it would be more entertaining if NIP were to pull this pistol run off and we'd get a really close third and deciding map. And remember, last time NIP played Train, they went 10-0 against LGB Esports. So these guys are very good as the defenders.
Well, let's see. Here it comes. The 16th round. The second half is up, and we're looking at all pistols and Fnatic. They are very fast down here. Schneider down to the pop dog, but they're actually all going to go out. NIP ready. They got too few people. They got 3 people in the B bomb site. They were expecting the rush to come to the other bomb site, and they made the wrong call, and now they will pay the price. Actually, they come up from behind. Right now, JW with 3 great kills, and that might be it. It's Get Right in a 1-on-2 against Schneider and Pronax. What a crazy round. It looked like NIP brought it back with that flank down from Pop Dog, but somehow JW picked up an incredibly, a stunning triple kill, cementing his role as one of the best players of this tournament so far, and now it's all on Get Right to clutch this 1-on-2.
And Get Right is the world's best at this specific thing, clutching these rounds. We'll see if he can pull it off here.
He comes back around. If he realizes somehow he understands that Schneider might be here, is he going to check the right angle? He makes a lot of noise. He gets a burst shot on him. He doesn't go down. He's on 17 HP, and the bomb is about to be planted back at the A bomb site. This is so tough. And Get Right, he keeps trying. He's got years of experience, and now is where he needs to draw right upon it. He's looking for that kill. He knows he has to find him. There's no fake diffusing here. He finds Pronax. He gets the headshot, and now it's a 1-on-1. Schneider's so low on health. If Get Right could find him, he goes for the fake. He looks all around. He can't find Schneider. Schneider's walking up here. Is he going to be able to do it? There's not much time. Get Right has to find this kill. He's not looking behind the barrel. He misses him. How did it happen? And now Schneider gets the kill. There's no doubt. 14-2, and that's the round. Look at him high-fiving. Look at the complete happiness on Fnatic right there.
Wow. And Get Right actually saw Schneider on his screen. You could actually see Schneider behind that barrel. So that just...
I mean, that's going
to haunt him for a while.
That will haunt him for a while. I mean, I was about to say that if he had taken one more step to the right there...
No, he saw Schneider.
We didn't see that on the camera, but you could see that on your computer, so that's incredible. We'll have to go back and look at that some other time. Exist, Freiburg with good kills. If NIP bring it back right now, we could all of a sudden have a match on our hands. But if they don't, well, then it might just all be said and done. It is 14-2. We are on the brink of Fnatic being crowned the champions here for DreamHack Winter. And right now, NIP are putting all their might into trying to stop that from happening. A lot of damage onto Pronax as well, and Exist could get the kill easily on him here. This could be NIP's round. We're looking at 4-3, but some of the players are almost dead here. Devilwalk fighting out. It's really only JW that has any kind of HP left. They're falling back now.
Smart play by Fiflar to fall all the way back into the inner side. He was pushed up there. He wants to regroup with his teammates and not tackle this Fnatic team all by himself. But like you said, Fnatic very low on health, not looking good.
Yeah, they fall back to B now. They fall back to A once again. So they're really just trying to play with NIP and force them out of position so that they can at least get the bomb down here and take the advantage back. But any kind of bullets onto Devilwalk or Pronax here, and it's going to be all done. That's not going to be it, though. Devilwalk picks up a good kill there on Freiburg, and another one onto Forest. Oh, no! Exist and Fiflar on the left. It's 2-on-3, and this is the opening, and Fnatic are somehow stealing it away from them. The bomb is now ticking away. Fiflar has to go right now. This is all in. There is no more cards to be played. Exist goes down, and that just might be it. JW ends up picking up a double kill. We're looking at 15-2. What is this, Lepus?
It's madness. This is great Counter-Strike being played. I mean, this just shows Fnatic played that round so well. They were down in numbers, very low on health. Fiflarian had a weapon. They faked the inner bomb site. They drew that rotation from NIP. They went back into the outer side. They hit all their shots. and they were somehow able to still win that round. I mean, Fnatic are really earning this win here.
Yeah.
This is not coming easy.
No.
NIP are playing well. Fnatic is just playing better.
That's what we're seeing right here. The decision-making on Fnatic is so strong right now, and you have to, I mean, Pronax, we talk about him being strong. There's a great headshot from Freiburg. They bought 2 scouts. I mean, NIP aren't giving up. We have to give them credit for that. They're fighting until the very last round, until Fnatic put a bullet in the last head of NIP. That's what they're playing for here. And it's not done yet, but the effect of Pronax on this team has really been remarkable. You have to say that. Fuflaran walking up here, seeing if he can get the kill on Schneider, but gets the return. Now a 1-for-1 trade. 55 seconds on the clock for Fnatic to make an opening, and they have all the tools to make it happen. NIP have nearly nothing. Smoke flash coming into the B bomb site, and looks like they are going to make the push. Oh, NIP, are they going to push up behind? Get Right is here. There's someone down on Pop Dog, but he's not moving yet, and no kills are happening just now. Freiburg still trying to find another headshot. There's Exist with a kill, but Freiburg goes down, and so does Exist. 3 on 2. Get Right and Forrest are left. The bomb goes down. And ladies and gentlemen, this could be the end. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. It's Forrest alone in a 1-on-3. I think we just might be ready for it. Forrest picks up the 1 kill, but he has a scout. I mean, it's a 1-on-2. All Schneider and JD has to do is just wait and buy time. And there it is. They win it. And look at the Even Khan jumping up. One of the most composed people, I think, in Counter-Strike. Complete celebration. What a victory, and how they deserve it. Lopez, I mean, we did say it. Fnatic, they could take the victory. They just did it. DreamHack Winter 2013 champions. You've got them right here on your screen.